Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. On first down, it's Watson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Alert! Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I'm coming for you. You mine. Echo, echo.
Here we go, 50, 50. Mike 50. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Hey, 59.
So Mike 50, Mike 50. You're trapped.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danico Autry able to record his 5th sack of the season.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Finding fouls complete. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. After all of the turnover woes that they had last week, another turnover on the first drive of the game.
And when you dive into the analytics of football, it's real simple. If you're down in turnover margin, you're not going to win very many football games. The best teams always rank in the upper part of the league in terms of turnover margin.
And last week's number for them was 5 turnovers. And as you saw, another one there. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. After the interception, here's Watson. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play calling, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
To throw on 2nd and 6, Rivers. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Rivers to throw it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right. So
they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Johnson running right. And an alley to run. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Watson off play action. And the catch made by Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
19, 58, come on.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
9 to go.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Right there.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Hey, 79! 79!
Naeem Hines, his first carry. Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. On second down now, it's Hines, and they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A huge play that time for the Colts. 57 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10.
Load it! Load it! Hey, hut!
Rivers. That's into the hands of Pascal. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Zach Pascal, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack on first down, Watson, he's letting this one go for Fuller. He's got a man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And that one results in 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jabal Sheard able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Check my 50. Check, 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 check. 25.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Open man, the tight end fails. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Watson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10. Watson, he gets it to Cooks. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Throwing again on second down. Watson. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. Second and 8. They give to Johnson going right. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. As they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down.
Get that ball. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead, baby. Go, 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 go.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. David Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 3rd down, Rivers. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Wait, 85.
Now a give, right side. Hines, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
A good throw here, finding Pascal. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on fourth down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. Now a play fake here on first down. He finds his man Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 point. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zach Cunningham, his second sack of the night.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And not a whole lot to speak of there, as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing, Rivers. Looking deep for Hilton. And that is incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter if it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak. So
definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drops.
That's caught at the 25. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the first-round pick, number 23 overall, Titus Howard. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Being chased out left. He'll try and run it. He got him a big chunk of that yardage back, but even with that effort, it'll still be 3rd and long.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
3rd and long. It's Watson. Screenplay. Johnson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with it.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Black 15.
From the gun, Rivers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And this will be a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Back to it after the pick 6. Rivers. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
That's going to be a long day.
Rivers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
To throw, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Timmy Jernigan with a sack. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They go to Johnson again. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down or more. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Get that quarterback, D-line. 54.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's got Fuller. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
42-7.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 25 yards that time.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the corner, Bradley Roby.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Walker leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And that's intercepted. It's Darius Leonard, the 2018 Defensive Rookie of the Year. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Or has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. On first down, it's Hines. Benardrick McKinney, a first-time Pro Bowler a season ago, in on the tackle there.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. J.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. On third down, Taylor. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. Rivers is going to stay out there. They're going to try for this thing on fourth down. Here's Rivers. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Bradley Roby there defensively. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up.